my God. The poverty pimps want more structures on our tent. They haven't made us all suffer. They never promote real housing. And what they do is they promote the housing that we have on our street as shit housing. And their druggies don't deserve to live in here. Now that we've been overtaken by druggies, I tell you, our building sucks. So here they're whining because they got a $100 fine for having a cart on the sidewalk. Thank you, city.
Man living in Vancouver's down.
Really important. This CTV news guy's going to do a slant. Oh, poor druggie, tax funded poor druggie. Oh, he's got to move his cart. Yeah, they never talk about the fact we live in a toilet. Let's see what he says, because that's what I think he said. I haven't seen this yet.
Downtown East Side received a $100 fine for having his cart on the sidewalk. Advocates and one city councillor say it's a trend they're hearing more about. CTV's Isabella Zavarisi has more on the man's story and why police are defending the act.
Hey, you dumbass. I put my stuff in storage, and I was a second-class citizen in a shit show frickin' shelters. That's all we got in Vancouver, shit show shelters. And I was a second-class citizen to druggies that were allowed to rob me. And there still are. So let's see what this clown news station, which is promoting homelessness, because that's what they want for you Canadians across Canada. It's already gone there.
Jason Rondeau is able to stand now, but a few weeks ago he couldn't get up. Rondeau suffers from a skin condition called cellulitis.
And there's extreme amount of pain.
I am terrified of getting cellulitis, and this from the filthy conditions downtown Vancouver. I had cellulitis from the, I like to call Satanic Pulse Hospital because they specialize in medical malpractice. So I've had it. Yeah, it's very painful. Why didn't you take your ass with your disease into a homeless shelter where you can be cured or somewhere else?
For about 2 days.
That day, he says it prevented him from tidying up around the makeshift structure he lives in near Hastings and Columbia. An elderly man in a...
Their stuff could actually... There's a free storage here. They can store some stuff here.
wheelchair was trying to access the sidewalk where Rondeau lives, but couldn't get by. The senior eventually called the police on Rondeau for blocking the sidewalk.
We weren't forcing him onto the street or anything like that because...
I don't even want to hear your excuse. I couldn't get out my apartment for a while till I saw a little opening and then I zoomed downstairs. Shut the fuck up. I need... my dog can't touch our filthy frickin' sidewalk. People pee on it. Drop drugs on it. It hasn't been cleaned, so when it rains, it trucks mud like the Wild West into our lobby because it's filthy dirty.
There's a lot of space there. I mean, a lot of space that they can move around in, right? So there's no way we were actually impeding.
Another crybaby. You know what, crybaby? I didn't do this to anybody because I went into a shelter. You know what? I didn't even lose my place because I was a drug addict. I left my places because they were shit show drug-infested buildings. And then you get the bugs. This one was a senior citizen building. It was pretty decent when I moved in. Not anymore. Because after the Jabberoo, I think maybe 70% of the seniors died. And it is a drug-infested shit show. In the middle of the night, it's like Frankenstein World of Freaks.
Your progress.
The Vancouver Police Department says it educated Rondeau about the city bylaws and gave him plenty of time to tidy up. Bylaw officers...
Thank you very much. You guys are very good with the people. I remember when you weren't, and I used to call you fucktards, but I haven't had to call you guys fucktards for a very long time. And I'm sorry, because I want you to go back to beating them up. Because their street justice policing brutality usually involves weapons. And, sometimes deaths. I mean, their policing is just complete brutality. And they act like cowards and they can do 4 or 5 people on one.
Eventually handed him a $100 ticket for his cart being in the way. The move is drawing criticism from advocates.
Jason's still on a housing wait list, and now he's on a housing wait list.
Now, this is Ryan Sudds. He made our neighborhood and across Canada a shit show. Please don't bark, sweet Daisy girl. They're just doing hard drugs under the window. So yeah, this is Ryan Sudds. He had tents in our block and urine. I suffered for 3 years because of the pee down here. This guy would not take any tents off our street and bring them in his backyard, you know? And it looked like he lived in a house. He has a really bad YouTube channel that not very many people except for drug addicts look at. You know, very boring, very boring. But he's got his face out here. This is a poverty pimp. He makes money. He has created such a shit show that we all qualify for euthanization. He got our polices taken away. Because of him, I got robbed twice. We didn't even have a regular police beat. What he did to our neighborhood. Oh, and people got euthanized because they couldn't handle the shit show that weren't on our drugs down here illegally. He got people killed.
$100 fine for sleeping on the street while he waits for housing. Like, no progress has been.
Okay, you creep. I stayed in a homeless shelter. I didn't pee on the street. What's wrong with you? I mean, I thought we figured out pee doesn't go on city blocks in the 1500. Trust the science. Sometimes science is completely retarded. Or is it science handlers?
Just somebody's been punished.
I have been hearing from community members more stories.
You fucking idiot. Somebody got assaulted. You know, coming home today with a weapon. You have like 300 people on my block at 40 East Hastings and not a fucking security guard. Christine Boyle. Not one. Not two. You make us live in hell, and you fuckers know we qualify for euthanization and we hate our hell. You make us live in an outdoor toilet. Once again, what the fuck is wrong with science?
Stories of fines for bylaw infractions as a response to
you fuckers can't even clean our sidewalk. It's filthy. People are getting cellulitis all over downtown, and some of them are losing legs. Oh, she makes me mad.
being on the sidewalk, and fines are an incredibly ineffective approach to poverty. It's the absolute wrong direction.
Dumb fucks, you make the poverty.
Boyle says council's approach has been to stay away from financial penalties like this.
Like, I would like to know why Ukrainians came here, never paid a dime. I don't want hate on Ukrainians. They have been almost wiped out their country, and I'm half Ukrainian. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if people hate me. That's not, you know, I usually don't care about that person, so it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't affect me. I don't like everybody, and I can't expect everyone to like me. But, oh my God. If you guys are suffering across Canada with tent cities, Ryan Sudds is the guy to blame with Sarah Bly. I knew when they put our tents down on our streets that we're a pilot project, and I would say it a few times on my videos, we're a pilot project that's going to go across Canada. Now it has. Ukrainians are poor when they come here, but no, they can afford housing and get housing. There's something fucked up going on. And it isn't the Ukrainians' fault, it's our fucking government's. And the Ukrainians don't stand up for us. 90,000 of them came here. They know we qualify for euthanization, and they don't stand up for us. They don't give a fuck about us. There's no euthanization or hard drug problem in their country, probably now. Probably don't have any men left there either. And they had to capitulate. U.S. told them to capitulate. So the Russians won that shit show.
But says she's asked city staff for clarity around the recent ticketing. Back in April, the city and police cleared dozens of tents and debris in the neighborhood based on warnings from officials about fire risk.
Fire risk? You had people living on our tents, and if you add all the damage and all the extra stuff that came with them living on the tent, those 400 people cost like $400 to $500,000 with all the fires. Some of them died in tents. The fact that you want people in tents is pretty fucking crazy. You never mentioned about the Ukrainians suffering in tents.
Rondo says he's not going to pay the fine.
Put themselves in my place.
The Muslims are right by that little, before it came back to here. I wouldn't be in your place. I'd be in a homeless shelter, okay? A homeless shelter. You don't have a toilet.
Like, literally, I mean, literally, actually live in my shoes for.
Why would I live in your shoes when I chose never to be a stupid on fucking hard drugs and lose my mind and soul? Why would I be you and put my feet in your fucking shoes? You're a fucking man. Taxpayer funded. When I was working, I had no idea I was funding this shit.
For months. And then come down here and try to enforce those laws. I don't think they would.
Okay, what they're doing is they're getting the rest of the people in Canada to look at this guy and go, yeah, that guy's euthanizable. Yeah, he's euthanizable. Don't let him suffer. Euthanize him.
Isabella Zavarisi, CTV News.
That was a bad article.